Hello friends and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So in this episode I will give you the 7 best gravel road bikes that you should definitely shortlist, and then at the end I will give you the 3 best gravel road bikes that you should definitely go ahead and buy. So let's first define the topic of gravel road bikes. So who are these bikes for? So let's say you spend majority of your time on the road, but from time to time you like to go a bit off-roading, nothing too demanding, a bit of gravel riding, then definitely you should consider some of these gravel road bikes that I'm going to be talking about in this episode. So we can kick off the whole story of the best 7 gravel road bikes with the Specialized, and it's going to be the Specialized Diverge Comp Carbon gravel road bike. This bike has a retail price of $4,200, but at the moment of recording this episode, it is at $3,500, which is absolutely, superb discount from the big Specialized. So some of the highlights of this bike definitely include that you can at least choose 2 paint schemes on this bike, and both of them are beautiful. So you have this gloss obsidian with the gold, and then you have this beautiful gloss metallic deep kind of green blue paint scheme. Also, when we speak about this Specialized Diverge Comp Carbon gravel bike, you will get again a superb carbon fiber frame and the fork from Specialized. So this is their 9R level of the carbon fiber. Of course, Specialized bikes come with a lifetime warranty on their carbon fiber frame. And definitely the secret sauce of this bike is this future shock at the front. So you will have a little, shock, a little suspension at the front, which can definitely absorb a lot of road bumps. I think the movement is something like 20 to 30 millimeters. So definitely a secret sauce here. Of course, carbon fiber seat post, handlebars, aluminum handlebars from Specialized, and the full group set here is the Shimano's GRX 800 group set. So from the shifters, front mech, rear mech, and also the crankset, everything is this Shimano GRX 800 group set. When it comes to some other highlights on this bike, I definitely have to mention that the chain rings on this bike are, as I was saying, double chain rings. So this is 4630 Shimano GRX drivetrain and paired with the 1134 Shimano Ultegra cassette. So beautiful, huge range of gears. Wheels are the combination of the aluminum rims from DT Swiss G 540 rims with the Specialized own seal cartridge bearings, 12mm through axles, of course, front and the back, and the braking system Shimano GRX 800 series, hydraulic disc brakes front and the back, with the Shimano's RT70 braking rotors. And I also just want to add here that when it comes to the saddle, this is the body geometry saddle from the Specialized. Luckily, Specialized here claims that the total weight of this bike is 10 kilograms for the size 56, and also you have a bit of storage in the down tube on this bike. So all in all, superbly attractive offering from Specialized, especially with this current price of $3,500. So this is the first bike you should definitely shortlist. So Specialized Diverge Comp Carbon. Now let's move to the second bike you should definitely shortlist, and this is the Merida Selx 7000 gravel bike. So what are the highlights of this bike? So let's start again with the carbon fiber frame and the fork. Excellent carbon fiber frame and fork from Merida with their lifetime warranty on the carbon fiber frame. Also, when it comes to the group set here, we are speaking about the Shimano's GRX 800 series, so shifters and the rear mech, because this bike is a single chainring at the front. Again, a Shimano GRX chainring at the front, and this single chainring is the 42 teeth chainring at the front, which is paired with the huge Shimano's 1151 cassette, of course 12-speed cassette. With this Merida bike you are also getting the Easton EA70 aluminium wheel set with 12mm true axles front and the back, and the hubs, it seems to me, on this bike will be some kind of Merida Expert hubs. Also the braking system, Shimano's hydraulic disc brakes, GRX 800 level, front and the back, and also interestingly braking rotor here 100mm at the front, and I'm guessing 160mm at the back. Total weight of this bike, this is a very light bike, 9.4 kilograms in size medium, with the retail price of 3,000 British pounds. Of course, this price will depend on your local market. If you are in the Europe or in the US, I don't think you can even get Merida bikes in the US. But definitely a second bike you should shortlist is the Merida Selx 7000 with the retail price of 3,000 British pounds. Now moving on, the third bike you should definitely shortlist is the Scott Addict Gravel 30 bike. So when it comes to this Scott Addict bike, the retail price is $3,000, and some of the highlight will include the carbon fiber frame, which is the Scott HMF carbon fiber frame and the fork, and in this instance Scott is offering their 5 years warranty on their carbon fiber frames. And when it comes to the group set, this is going to be a mix of the Shimano GRX 800 and the Shimano GRX 600 group set, of course 12-speed mechanical group set like all the previous gravel bikes I was talking about. Some of the other things you should be aware here is that the braking system, again, Shimano's hydraulic disc brakes on the, let me just double check, Shimano's RX 400 level with the Shimano's RT70 braking rotors, 160mm front and the back. Of course, this gravel bike comes with the classical aluminium wheel set from Syncross, which is an in-house brand of Scott, and also 45mm tires on this gravel bike, and the total weight 9.4 kilograms. Again, I'm guessing in some kind of size 56 or size medium. Definitely one to shortlist with a very attractive price of $3,000. The next bike you definitely need to shortlist is the Canyon Grail CF SL8 with the retail price of $3,000. And the total weight of this bike 8.74 kilograms, size medium. Unfortunately, only one paint scheme on offer. Similar story for the Scott bike and the Merida bike, only one paint scheme on offer, so you are a bit limited here. But some of the highlights when it comes to the specification of this bike will include the following. So when you look at the carbon fiber frame and the fork, this is the Canyon's CF SL with the 6 years warranty, 12mm true axles front and the back, and of course flat mount disc brakes. When it comes to the group set, so this is again a single chainring at the front, 12-speed group set, so the Shimano GRX 800 at the back, and also when it comes to the shifters, it should be again the Shimano's GRX 800 group set. When it comes, of course, to the cassette, Shimano's SLX 1045 cassette and the single chainring at the front. Again, I believe this one is the 44 teeth chainring at the front. Also, I have to mention here, braking is done with the Shimano's RX 800 hydraulic disc brakes with 160mm braking rotors front and the back, excellent Shimano XT braking rotors, and definitely another highlight of this bike is the DT Swiss wheel set, DT Swiss G 1800 aluminium wheel set, superb wheel set from DT Swiss, approximately 1700 grams, 1600 to 700 grams, and the tires, Schwalbe G1 40mm tires on this bike. Of course, I have to mention here carbon fiber seat post and the carbon fiber one-piece handlebar and the stem on this Canyon gravel bike. Stunning bike with the retail price of $3,000. The next bike you need to shortlist is a bit kind of older bike, and I'm expecting it to be replaced very soon, and this is the Checkpoint SL5 with retail price of $3,400 US. Of course, with this Trek, some of the highlights will include their carbon fiber OCL V500 carbon fiber frame and fork, lifetime warranty from Trek, and also this Trek Checkpoint comes with their ISO speed solution at the back, where you have this seat tube freely moving around the top tube and the seat stays. So this is this Trek's secret sauce, which will definitely contribute to the comfort of this bike. When it comes to the group set on this bike, this is going to be a bit of the combination of Shimano's GRX 600 series and the GRX 800 series. So for example, shifters are the GRX 600, and then you have the front and the rear mech as the GRX 800 series. 4630 chainrings at the front, Shimano GRX 600, and also it is paired with the Shimano's 105 cassette 1134. When it comes to the wheel set, this is a classical Bontrager aluminum wheel set on this bike with the Bontrager hubs, and this is all wrapped in the Bontrager GR1 tires, 40mm tires, again superb air volume in these tires. I will just mention here that the total weight of this bike is going to be 9.7 kilograms in the size 56, and definitely one of these Trek bikes that is due a replacement and an update soon, but as a shortlisted gravel bike is definitely fine. The next bike you need to shortlist, in my opinion, is the Canondale Topstone Carbon 4. At $2,825 US. It is the cheapest one here in my lineup, and definitely you will see that why it's the cheapest one. So when you look at the carbon fiber frame and the fork from Canondale, of course they come with a lifetime warranty, and also the secret sauce of this bike is this kingpin suspension, where there is a pivot point at the back, so the whole rear triangle can nicely move around this pivot point, and also there is a lot of flex incorporated in the rear triangle. So you can think about it as a lot of solutions that you can see on a mountain bikes, but this is just kind of a single pivot solution. Again, a pretty unique solution, and definitely is going to contribute to the comfort of this gravel bike. Some of the highlights of the components will include the following. So as I said, the lifetime warranty on the Topstone carbon fiber frame with a kingpin suspension, 12mm through axles front and the back, and the flat mount disc brakes. And I have to mention here that the group set is the Shimano GRX 400 series, so rear mech, front mech, and the shifters. And the crankset is, for example, from FSA, 4630 chainrings, and paired with the Sunrace cassette, 1136 cassette. Even the braking system is on the Shimano's GRX 400 series hydraulic disc brakes with the RT54 braking rotors from Shimano, and these are 160mm braking rotors front and the back wheels. Classical aluminum wheel set combination of the Formula hubs with the seal cartridge bearings, and wrapped in a WTB Riddler tires, which are in this case 45mm tires. Another interesting thing here that the seat post on this bike is an aluminum seat post. I have no clue why Canondale has done it, and at least you have two paint schemes to choose from on this bike. One is this very classical blacked out, and this beautiful olive green paint scheme. So Canondale Topstone Carbon 4 at $2,825 US. And finally, we have the giant Revolt Advanced Zero gravel road bike. So this one has a retail price of 3,700 British pounds, or it's going to be kind of equivalent prices or similar prices in euros or in the US market. I'm not even sure if this bike is going to be available on the US market. You gotta check with your giant bike dealer. But this bike is an absolutely stunning example of the giant Revolt gravel bike. And some of the highlights of this bike include the superb carbon fiber frame and the fork from Giant with the lifetime warranty, 12mm through axles front and the back, press fit bottom bracket, flat mount disc brakes. Here you have a carbon fiber seat post, handlebar and the stem are classical aluminum pieces, and the group set is the Shimano GRX 800 group set, mechanical group set, 12-speed group set, so shifters front mech and the rear mech, and even the braking system, Shimano GRX 800 hydraulic disc brakes front and the back, with the Shimano's RT70 rotors and 160mm rotors front and the back. Also here I have to mention that definitely the secret sauce of this bike is the wheel set. So this is the giant CXR carbon fiber wheel set front and the back. 35mm is the rim height, with the giant hubs, which are basically based on the DT Swiss hubs, specifically at the back, 36-tooth engagement 3-pole system. Superb carbon fiber wheel set, probably somewhere around 1,600 grams, with the Sapim spokes, and also wrapped in the giant K-Dex tires, 40mm tires. With this bike, of course, they didn't cut corners with the crankset, which is also a Shimano GRX 800, and the cassette, Shimano's 1136 cassette, their kind of HG 710 cassette. So this is an absolutely stunning gravel bike, and the price reflects this at 3,700 British pounds, and the Giant doesn't claim the weight here, but again, I would expect from some kind of size medium that this is going to be a very light bike, probably somewhere around 9 kilograms for the full bike. So this is, you know, a higher level of the prices, but a stunning gravel bike. So in a summary, if you need to choose the top 3 bikes to just go ahead and spend your money on, I can definitely tell you that you should go and spend your money on these 3. The first choice, or in no specific order, you should, in the top 3, put the Merida Selx 7000 gravel bike with a retail price of 3,000 British pounds. Then it should definitely be here the Canyon Grail CF SL8, which has a retail price of $3,000, and in my opinion, if you really got the money, you should definitely go for the Giant Revolt Advanced Zero gravel bike, which has a retail price of 3,700 British pounds. So, I think this is going to be it for today. A little bit different episode than my usual episodes, but I hope you appreciate this top 7 gravel bikes that you should definitely shortlist. So, as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!